Well, it's about that time of year that we always update everyone on how Maggie is doing. For those who are not familiar with Maggie, she's our second rescue dog that we have. Mimi was the first. They're both our Bichons. We lost Mimi about 4 years ago, roughly, on Halloween morning at 9:20. She died in my arms. And then on January 4th, the following January 4th, we picked up Maggie. Um, the rescue mission thought she would be a problem dog, and so they wanted someone that could handle animals, and they decided that I would be a good choice since I grew up on a farm and had worked with an abused Lipizzan stallion and made it so it wasn't scared of people anymore. And I think this deserves a good talk about. Marty is joining me today, and we're going to talk about Maggie, the farm dog. Which obviously, we don't have a farm. We're out of the country, though. And she's been with us for about 4 years. And when she came to us, she basically had no social skills, and she didn't understand anything about how to live outside of a cage. So it's been a slow process, but a very positive one, and this is this year's update. Now, Marty, is there anything that you want to bring up right off the bat?
Well, there's just so many changes with her. I think we should dive right in.
Go ahead.
Okay. She's still a little bit shy with me. We don't know the history of that, but for some reason she prefers Scott, Grandpa. We call him Grandpa for her, and she definitely, you can tell she feels much more secure when he's holding her or doing things with her. But I'm working on it. Scott has generously let me do all of the positive activities like feeding and rewarding with treats when she does certain things. I get to do all of those fun activities, trying to build up a positive image in her mind.
That's a good way to bond an animal to you, is take care of the feeding and those things that are important to the animal. Well, Maggie's gotten to the point where she is showing confidence. We worked on the basis of very ADC or anal retentive, a high, strong routine, and that has helped stabilize her. And I would say it's probably, she liked being with us probably from day one. Because first of all, things were different, and I was recognizing her as an individual. Animals like to be recognized just like we do. In fact, I'll go out, whistle at the deer out back and wave to them, and they'll wave their tail back. And they like it that it's no threat, but I recognize it. And this is what Maggie realized right off the bat, that the first thing I did was recognize her as a being, not a human being, but she was a dog, and she has her own identity, and she realized that I knew she had one, and I respected her identity. And then after that, it was one slow step after the other. She was scared of a leash, and it took us about 2 weeks to get her past that. She started out, she only wanted to sleep in a cage. We got her out of the cage because Mimi, the previous dog, she liked to go in and have that her little hidey hole where she could just hide in. And Maggie does not like doing that at all. She likes being out and being away from the cage. I think she has some very negative impressions.
She's also, I feel like she's becoming more assertive, especially vocally. I sense that she's really trying to communicate with us. Like, for example, she will just kind of look at me sometimes when she needs to go outside. We've given up trying to have any kind of a signal like her going to the door, or ringing a bell that we had hanging on the doorknob. But she will stand there and just stare at me, and then I will ask her, are you hungry? Do you need to go out? And it's funny, but she will bark at whichever choice she's trying to convey. So I do feel that she's feeling like she can express her wants and needs safely, and I think she's starting to do that more, which is very nice to see.
She's not a cuddly dog as such, but she likes to be close to us. Now, in bed, she'll slap right up against my side and sleep that way. But when we're up, it's very unusual, such as what she is right now with Marty, of being in our lap or anything. She prefers to be next to us, such as on a footstool or in the next chair over, rather than cuddling in the same chair, unless something scares her, and then she wants to be held.
She has become a little bit more jumpy around loud noises. Sometimes we're outside, and we live in the country, as Scott said, so there's often, you can hear gunfire, and if it's nearby and loud, she will really startle, and she does not like it.
Thunderstorms are hard for her.
Are difficult, yes. Particularly loud playing overhead has made her jumpy, but you can understand that if she previously had no control over anything.
She's even scared if I clap my hands. We're running a 2-camera setup right now, and usually what I would do is do a 5 countdown and clap my hands, such as what you would use for slating a movie. That way you can sync up an independent recording of audio with the video. Very easy to do it that way. That scares the daylights out of her. But what I'm seeing is her confidence of really stepping up and helping as part of the family. We had family up for Christmas time, and the grandchild is he's 10 months old, and beforehand, for a couple of 3 days, I kept saying it was her responsibility to let us know if there's anything wrong with the baby. And I explained what a baby was compared to a puppy, and I introduced her to the puppy, to the baby, and she took it on her job to make sure that there wasn't any unwanted situation, or rather, not an unwanted, but a situation where she felt that the baby needed help. She kept an eye on that baby all the time, not scared or anything, but just wanted to know that the baby was all right. She understood what I was talking about, and being that she was from a puppy mill, she knew about puppies, and therefore puppies equals babies in her mind, and her mom turned on for that.
I've been trying to introduce her slowly to the concept of play. I don't think she'll ever become a playful dog, but actually the baby helped with that a little bit. She was kind of spellbound when he was laughing and playing and waving his toys around and things like that. I do try. I don't try every day, but I do try rolling a ball towards her, and I'm not real hopeful that she will play a lot, but I want her to realize that it's safe to do so. And
she does like us chasing her in play.
oh yeah, that's true.
At bedtime, she likes to run around and be chased, and then she'll run up to a certain spot to be picked up on. But she likes a little bit of playing tag
and hiding.
Yes,
a little bit before she'll come out. And yeah, I that is true. That's play.
she's learned a lot of words. I claim that Mimi had a vocabulary of between 5,000 and 6,000 words. Typical dog is 600 words maybe at the most. But I talk to her all the time, and I explain things to her so that she slowly understands the concept that I'm trying to put across. So she may not respond to what I say, or if I ask her something, she may not respond, but she knows what I'm talking about. And I would say she's probably at about 1,000 words right now. After 4 years, what I'm comparing to is Mimi after 5 years. So that's not a fair comparison on it, but I think in her own way, with her own personality, Maggie's going to come up to that point where she's pretty much like Mimi was. A very intelligent, very remarkable dog, but with her own personality, which is completely different from what Mimi had. So we're not trying to change her personality. That's her. That's the way she sees the world, and we support that in her.
She's also like when we take her out places, she is very aware and observant. You can tell she's just kind of watching everything. She isn't noisy at all when we're out in a store or anything. She's just kind of paying attention to everything. She's probably watching for things that might threaten us, which, hasn't really happened, thank goodness. But she's very aware of people and surroundings, and everybody wants to come up and pet her, of course, because she looks like a little teddy bear. And she will allow that usually, but we caution them to just be slow and let her go at her own pace. So
they usually ask us, and I turn around and say, ask Maggie if you can. That's her decision. And pretty much she will let someone do a few pets just to say hi, and she knows that people enjoy seeing her, and that I think that makes her a little bit happy that she's making other people happy. And that shows an intelligence in the dog. So I'm pleased with her growth. And almost every month there is something new that she has learned or understands. So she wants to learn. She wants to be the best she can. And I think we are very fortunate to have another dog just like Mimi. And I'm glad we got her, because I think most people would have gotten frustrated in the first few months. Whereas we knew it would take time, and she's a very important part of our family. It comes down that I feel we're lucky to have Maggie in our lives, and I feel that Maggie feels that she's lucky that she's with us. And that's about all you can really ask about a good dog, that you become a good fit with one another. Thank you for watching, and please be safe.
We'd sure appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment. You know how YouTube behaves. They won't believe you watched a video unless you leave a comment. Also, it would help if you ring the bell and do a thumbs up. As you know, if I find a good channel, I pass it on to you. So if you think it's appropriate, it would sure help if you passed us on to your closest 10,000 friends and family. But above all, Give a helping hand to someone today. It's the best gift to give. It'll make you feel good too.
Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, or ring the bell buttons on the Original Old Farmer channel. We enjoy reading the comments that you leave, and they do help the channel, so keep them coming. And once again, thank you for watching The Original Old Farmer.
The VFW National Home for Children, providing families of veterans and active duty military opportunities for growth and development in a nurturing community. Please consider a donation to help their children and families. I.C. Rhodes speaking.